Welcome back to Sean's Magic Cardboard. Today I'm going to be playing a little bit of Pixelborn and trying out a Ruby Amethyst control deck that I've been using for a little while and seeing how it matches up with some online competition. For this game, we're just going to have a search in the lab. I'm not entirely comfortable with all mechanics in this deck. I'm still getting used to it. So the matchup we have been paired up against here is going to be a Steel Ruby deck as well. So similar vibes going on. This is probably going to be a game that looks to go towards the end game. It's probably not going to finish early on in the match. It's probably going to go to the later stages. This is our opening hand, so straight away I'm just going to get ready to be prepared here. I have a 1 play, I have a 2 play, I have a 3 play. So otherwise I'm actually quite happy. Knowing full well this isn't going to be like an aggressive aggro deck potentially. This could be like a longer form deck. I'm quite happy with this hand. I will start off and I want to kind of keep the crab. I've got 2 Jim Hawkins, so I may as well get rid of one of those. We'll play the Mini Mouse and we'll pass to our opponent. So this could be one of the longer games in terms of styles going on here are probably going to be quite similar. Steel is damage, so a lot of their cards will revolve around doing damage directly to characters or locations in this deck, and then control as well. For me, I'm more sort of drawing cards and control, so I'm kind of hoping to get the likes of Jim Hawkins out. I'm just going to bounce Mini here. That'll give us more fodder to ink for the next turn. And yeah, just really trying to draw as many cards as possible, get to the latter stages. For this particular deck that I'm using, you really want to be 7+ ink. That's when it all starts to kind of come to life, and that's when you really start to operate. So he's put out a Captain Hook, which kind of means that it's probably not the best idea to... Actually, yeah, I guess we could just bounce. We could bounce. That's maybe not a bad idea. So I'll ink the Mini to go to 3. I'll take the 1. And then we'll just start bouncing. Madam Mim Fox obviously gives us rush there. However, that's not real use at this moment because they haven't exerted anything. So yeah, a very sort of cagey start. No one's really overcommitting at this moment. Obviously their board's starting to fill up a little bit, so we might want to start seeing if we can deal with some of these elements they've got going on. What I will do just now is sing to draw more cards. Cool. And then I will bounce. I'm back. Ink a snake. Yeah, I kind of have to. So yeah, at this moment no one's really committing, which is fine for us really. Again, I'm kind of looking to get to like turn 4, turn 5. At this point, the ideal draw now would be a Queen's Castle. Allow us to put down a location, play Jim Hawkins next turn, also allow us to play the location, and then we can really start progressing through this deck. Got to be aware they do have steel, i.e. they could also have cards such as a Whole New World, get rid of our hand, and reset the game really. So yeah, the less cards they have, the more cagey, the more aware we are that a Whole New World is quite likely. So at this point, they think that, you know, Captain Hook's quite safe, so they're just going to quest away with him. We can take out Hook actually. We can take out Hook, and I think maybe that's what we do. Yeah, you know what? I think we stick Jim on the board. I think that's probably the play here. They can't really take anything out with the snake unless they challenge with their hook themselves, which if they want to do that at this point, I'm quite happy for them to do so. It's not quite a cagey start. I'm aware that a Whole New World could potentially come on the board at any point. They're going to have items or cards that are able to do damage to our location cards as well, so they might not last a long time. Murray's Fish Hook is going to get sent into the ink. 5-5, so I think at this point we'll probably see the matchup start to pick up a little bit. I think they'll also be aware that I'm potentially 2 turns away from being prepared, so I think they will have that in the back of their head. Sure, Can comes down. Whenever one of your characters challenges another character, gain 1 more. So they will gain a lore from attacking with Hook, which is kind of what we were expecting. Not too fussed about that at this moment in time. I think next time we just play a Medusa. Potentially take out the Hook. Not so sure. We don't want to overcommit too many resources, although we do have a couple of be prepared now, which is great. So I think now I may actually just ink a crab. And so Hook can get taken out with Hat. What's Robin Hood's effect? Yeah, so we'll kind of take out their source of gaining lore, I think, is the play here. We'll also take out Hook with Jim Hawkins. At this point, if they want to commit into taking something else out, they're more than welcome to it. We're almost at 7, so at this point, this is when our style starts to really show through. A lot of our cards become active. And yeah, I'm not seeing any locations yet, so that's the next big thing in this game. I'd really like to see a location, and then hopefully get that progressing and cause them to use resources to potentially get rid of our locations. And that way we can really shift the tempo up here and then start getting on to the later stages of this game. At the moment, it's still very early days. I think we're both trying to suss each other out. Board positioning is pretty even, 3-3. Obviously 6 ink to, a slight card advantage for us. However, they could have that whole new world, which would reset things. Tinkerbell comes on the board, which will be a shift. That'll do 1 to each. So, that was a pretty smart move there. That was a good move. Yep, so here we go. 1 card in hand, kind of suggests that whole new world is probably on the horizon next turn. Yeah, there we go. Cool. As expected. So they've got 2 ink left, which will allow them to play another Robin Hood. Good news for us, though, is that the Queen's Castle is finally on the board. And this is where we really just start to set the tempo now and try and control this game. No, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to move Madame Medusa. I will play Mini. I can ink 1 Maui, which is fine. And yeah, now at this point, they're going to have to, we're just kind of saying, look, you're going to play our game. If you want to stop us, you can stop us, but you're going to have to use your cards to do so. This is sort of an attempt to really start implementing our strategy here, and just being a little more aggressive. A couple of options that we could have had there. We could have started getting rid of stuff with Maui, and things like that, but really, I'm just quite happy to just set the pace and see what they can do to try and counteract that. Madame Medusa is obviously going to be a target here. They can only really attack with Tinkerbell, however, to take it out, so if they do want rid of it, they will have to attack with Tinkerbell. Unless Captain Hook has Rush, which he doesn't, so no. Yep, Queen's Castle, as expected. Becoming the target. And then Madame Medusa as well. So that's fine. That means that we can now take out Tinkerbell with Mini, as well as bring a Maui onto the board and start clearing stuff up too. Okay, okay, so that might change things ever so slightly. Right, let me see. So first of all, Tinkerbell's gone for Mini, which is a good play. We're up to 7. Wow, so we can actually bounce Maui here, so that's really nice. Cool. So Maui's got to come on the board. He'll clear out Hook, which will also take out, and then we play a Mini, which is an evasive character, which they will not like to see. So now they're kind of having to go ahead and try to get rid of our evasive as well. So yeah, pretty decent start here. Quite a game so far. This one is probably going to go a lot later. I reckon we could see 12, 13 ink here quite easily in this game. This isn't going to be a quick game, this is going to be a slow burner. Both sides really try to feel each other out and see who's going to make the first sort of big mistake in this match, if it's not already been made, that is. Again, they're a slight card advantage, not too fussed about that. We do have a rabbit we can play, we can also bounce the rabbit at this point to gain 2 cards if we really need to, so... And then obviously, well aware, they'll have whole new worlds coming in, left, right and centre as well, so not a big concern at this point. They do put down Robin Hood. During this turn, whenever this card banishes chosen character, this character is banished, challenge, you may draw a card. Cool. Not really a bother to us, because we're just going to get rid of it with Madame Medusa. We will quest. We could ink to go to 9. Really, there's no point this turn. I'd rather keep the Mim, to be honest, because that will allow us to bounce Medusa and then reuse her next turn. So, if she's still on the board. So, yep, Maui comes on. Maui's Fish Hook will give Maui evasive, which means it can actually tackle into Mini. Which is fine. Again, we're just kind of using up the resources here. So I've not really got much of a problem with that. That's fine. Medusa could technically take out... Medusa could take out Maui. I don't think that's the play, however. I think the play is to quest and bounce Medusa into Madam Mim, who will then take out Maui. So, quest, bounce, swing. Oh, evasive. Oh, that was maybe a misplay actually. I should have done damage to the... Okay, so there we go. First misplay. Misplay has happened. Well, I guess, yeah, we're kind of saying, look, you want to use your Maui, then that's fine. I think we also put this down, because opponents really don't like seeing that card. So, I think that was a slight misplay there. However, we have damaged the location, which is good. Maui can trade for Madam M Fox. They obviously will have removal at this point. They're up to 7 ink as well. But, so far, doing alright. Opponent's just going to take their time ever so slightly. Having to think. It is quite tight now. I think we're at the point where every single move really counts. And... okay, so Hook comes on the board. That'll move to the Jolly Roger, which will give it Rush, so it can challenge. So it can potentially take out the Mim, which it will. So that'll be a like-for-like trade. But will they quest with Smee, is the question. I think they're well aware that I can't take out both with... although I do have a Medusa here, so they must know that as well. So I can technically take out both next turn if they do a quest. I think getting rid of Jolly Roger is probably more of a pressing concern, to be honest. They will quest, which is fine. Okay, so they've given evasive to... until the start of your next turn. Cool, so that's fine. We can still get rid of Smee, so that's not too much of an issue. What we will say is... goodbye to the Jolly Roger. We will play a Madam Mim to get rid of a Smee. And now, it's quite funny because we've now put Maui in a position where it has to attack. We've exerted our character. Maui's gone. So do they really play anything else down? Because then it gives us the opportunity to... we'll get more cards here, which is nice. It gives us the opportunity to... okay, so it's exerted. So he's done that to stop Prince Eric going into him. So that was quite a smart play, actually. 3 Teeth and Ambitions. Wow, that's quite something. At this point in the match as well, we can play multiple of them, so that's quite cool. That'll be nice. We've got a little bit of bounce going on as well, so we can now bounce Medusa for our turn. So nice little hand there. I might actually ink one of these Teeth and Ambitions. I don't think there's a need for 3 of them. That is maybe a little bit overkill. Looking at the decks, we're both about halfway through the deck, so this is quite a tight matchup. Still a long way to go in this one, I reckon. Evasive's going to be given to Maui, which won't stop us taking it out with the bounce. So what we'll do is we will sing Teeth and Ambitions with Madam Medusa, putting 2 on Medusa, and then putting 2 on Tinkerbell. We will sing... or should I attack, actually? And then do it. And then pay 2. No, because I want to bounce Medusa. Yeah, so what I'll do is I will sing with Prince Eric, put 2 on him to take him out. 2 on Tinkerbell, so we basically cleared the board. And then we'll take out Maui as well, which is good. And should we... yeah, I think at this point we just start putting stuff on the field. 8. I'll probably bounce Medusa, so we'll get that back, because that's a nice wee resource there. We don't have any locations, so a location would be nice so we can get a Jim Hawkins down. And I think at this point, that's pretty much it. I'm quite happy with that turn. Oh, I think we've reset. Yep. Okay, opponent to go. Opponent's turn it is. So yeah, pretty good turn there. I think we kind of just reset the board a little bit. Our opponent will have Be Prepared, obviously, so we are saying, look, you can be prepared if you want. You're giving us a card, and you're also wasting away your sort of crucial resources in this matchup. So they went through 3 whole new worlds, so they've only got 1 more left. So they'll get 1 more hand that they can come across at this point. What are you going to do, opponent? You have 6 cards. What do you have in there that you would like to commit to the boards? Mr. Smee's down. You'll be given Evasive, which is fine. Again, we can get rid of that with Medusa, that's no problem. Cool. So I think what we do here is just take the lore. Tell you what, I'm actually going to sing Friends with the rabbit. I'll get another 2 cards, which is nice. I could bounce the rabbit, which would be even nicer. But I would like to bounce Medusa. I would like to play Medusa. I'll get rid of Smee. Ink a card, which is going to be a mini. And then let's bounce Medusa again. So yeah, I think we're just trying to be a pain here and really just... We don't want to overcommit, but I think Be Prepared at this point was... It had to be done. Like, they're going to give us a card, which is actually great for us because we've got an RLS Legacy. Hopefully we can start getting locations down. This might start picking up a little bit of pace here. But that's definitely quite a tense matchup. Not quite the quicker matches. Whenever you play Control, it is going to be quite tight. That was a good card for us for them to get rid of. They're going to play their own location. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. So, we're going to play Jim Hawkins. We're going to play the Queen's Castle. We're going to move them to the Queen's Castle. That's great. Fantastic. We're also going to play this. We don't want to move them there, however. We could ink again, but there's not really much point. I'm quite happy with that. Right, so now the pressure is really starting to mount on the opponent. They just got ready to banish the Titans, which could have got rid of our locations. I assume they might have another one. The question is, what one do they now want to get rid of? Probably the Queen's Castle, because that's going to start acting as a draw function. So we are starting to put them in a little bit of a corner here. John Silver, for each location you have, again, it's +1 resist. I'm not too fussed about that. Again, we have this Medusa card that can help us get rid of anything that's on the board there, so that's not too much of a concern at this moment in time. We're going to give them Evasive, that's fine. We're going to gain cards, and yeah, we're really going to start mounting up the pressure now by playing another location card. We're not going to move Jim there. We are going to play a Medusa. We're just going to get rid of Robin Hood. And yeah, at this point, let's see, if I quest for 2, that'll put us up to 15, 16. Yeah, so they will have to get rid of. Alright, so you can take Jim, but you're going to have to get rid of Jim, and you're going to have to get rid of a location at this point. And potentially Medusa. Medusa's only a 1 drop. Yeah, we've really put the opponent in a tricky spot here. They could probably just about get out of it. They can be prepared, get rid of her board. Tinkerbell's going to come on, do 1 damage to each. That'll be enough for John Silver to take out Jim. Chosen character gets +3. We were well aware Jim was going to go in this round, but it's more... Oh, unless they're going for the castle. No, they aren't. They're going to take Jim. That's fine. They are going to have to find something to get rid of this locations now, however. There we go. Win. So that was a really good game. That was a pretty tight game. It went for... So we got up to 10. 10 ink, which is pretty good going. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. It was quite a tense matchup, very slow, methodical pace. Having to be very, very careful. But those 3 locations in the end just sealed it for us. Whenever you get 3 locations down, it's hard enough to get rid of 1, or you can get rid of 1. I think getting the fact that they inked or banished the Titans also super helped us, because that meant we've got 1 less resource to get rid of our locations. And in the end, that really sealed it. I think also questing with Jim was a good idea, because that was saying, look, next turn I'm going to go for 8 lore basically. You're going to have to get rid of a couple of things here to really stop this going. And having Medusa bouncing back up and down as well made a huge difference. So a really good game. How I was hoping this deck would work, long way to go yet. But hopefully we've got many more of these games to come.